Hi, I'm Zoe. I'm your host for the Weekend Reset. So open your notes app, grab a snack. Let's act like we have our lives together and get ready to reset. So on our list, on our agenda to talk about this episode for fashion, we have clothing comparison. We've done this one before, and I love doing it. And recently, I found some pieces that I want that I think would be good for this. Social media, we have prom transitions because we are officially less than a week out from our prom and some other proms. So I know we talked about prom last time, but we're gonna do it again this week. Okay, all right. For our team reflections, we're going to do words versus actions. Words versus actions, because that is a big thing to know about, okay? And lastly, for our casual stuff, we're going to talk about teen driving tips, because I know by the end of this week, I'm going to be licensed. I really hope to not fail it. So let's hope by the next episode, I'm going to be licensed, okay? So, starting off with our clothing comparisons, okay? I know we've talked about this before, but we're going to kind of continue with it because I found some pieces that I want to talk about. But first off, have you literally ever found any single piece of clothing, accessory, anything, and you're like, oh, this is cute, I like it, it fits my aesthetic, fits my niche, but that price, no, no, mm-mm. That price is not it. For that price, I can buy me 2 tanks of gas. Not even that. Okay? But it's expensive, ain't it? All right? So I picked out our famous letter, number 3. I picked out 3 of my pieces that I've been looking at that I know some other people have been looking at and talking about and buying and wanting to find dupes of. And I found some really good other options for them. So I'm going to share them with you. So first off, we have the infamous Park sweatshirt. I found one that I really want. It's the Sprinkles one, and it's super cute. Zoe does not want to pay $135 for a sweatshirt that I'm probably going to be able to wear for like 4-5 months out of the year. I'm probably going to wear all year. But if I'm going to spend $135 on a sweatshirt, I would like to buy more sweatshirts rather than just one, like a quantity over quality. But it's like quantity quality thing, okay? All right, stay with me now. So instead of buying a $135 Park sweatshirt with somebody's last name on it, which it's cute, don't get me wrong, you can go to Hollister in store on their website, or if they have it like on TikTok Shop, something like that, and look up the Hollister Feel Good logo mock neck sweatshirt, and it's literally the same exact thing as the Park sweatshirt. It's just a tad bit more oversized, but is literally just about the same exact thing for $100 less. A Park sweatshirt ranges from $130, $135. This sweatshirt is $30. For that much, you can buy like 3 or 4 of them, maybe 5 if you catch them on sale. See, you see where I'm getting at? Okay, number 2, because I know I was about to buy this, but I didn't, because I went in store and they had the pants I had, but not the shirt. Okay, the Free People sets, because those things are super cute, and I tried them on. I tried the pants on, and like a different shirt. Hey, they were cute and comfortable, but it was like 2 different colors, so they obviously didn't match, and I didn't want to have to wait for them to come in, so I didn't buy them. But if there's obviously not a Free People store around you, and you don't want to spend almost $100 on sweatpants and a cute t-shirt, go over to Amazon and type in the shop outfield and go to like their shop, and they have the same exact like clothing material that the Free People set has, and it's the same exact color. Like, you cannot tell a difference. I think theirs may be like a tad lighter, but this is the same about reviews that they have on each one of them. And it's literally $32. Are you serious? I could buy 3 pairs of these sets from Amazon for the price of one Free People one. Like, I know Free People has some good quality clothes, because I do have some of their clothes. But that is cute. Like, they're cute, they're comfortable. But instead of spending $98 on a set, you can spend $32 on one and have it here within the next 2 days. See? Work smarter, not harder. spend less money and save more, I guess. I don't know. All right, our last set. I talk about these a lot. I want a pair so bad, and I probably have not gone the past month without talking about them. Is the Tory Burch sandals, the Tory Burch flip-flops. Y'all are about to get tired of me talking about them, but I'm going to keep talking about them. If you don't want to spend just about $230 on a pair of sandals that some people say aren't comfortable, but, I mean, they're comfortable, they're cute, they're flip-flops, you could spend $13 from the brand Pierre Dumas. I have a pair of heels from them. And when I tell you them heels are comfortable, them heels are comfortable. So I can just imagine what the sandals are. And if you go to, like, their website or maybe Dillard's or just, like, Safari or Google search and type in the Pierre Dumas Limit 20 sandals, you can hardly tell a difference, just, like, the design in the middle. They look just about the same. And I was looking at the reviews for the Pierre Dumas ones. They have a lot better reviews than the Tory Burch ones. And also, I think the problem with the Tory Burch ones is the soles are so much more thinner for their flip-flops and not their slides, that the Pierre Dumas ones have like a little bit thicker ones, so it's not like you're walking straight on concrete. Okay? So there's just some tips for you. If you were looking at that Park sweatshirt, you can go to Hollister. And I know Hollister has some other mock neck sweatshirts. That's just one I found personally that's closest to it in my opinion, so you can keep looking. Okay, all right, now we're going to mosey on to prom post. We talked about Instagram posts and sounds and matching with your dresses last week, but I really wanted to talk about prom transitions because I know if you post a lot on TikTok, and prom is a big thing, and so when it comes to posting it, you want to curate it just right, okay? So I picked out some prom transitions to some really trending songs that I think would be cute, that go with any dress, not just a certain color, any dress, okay? So the first one is the really, really famous song that's like, pop that thing, let it clap, that one, okay? So if you have to search up that song name, which is literally Pop That Thing, okay? Okay. Right. And the transition is the first part says, you would go, I'm going to do an example with you, okay? It'd be pop that thing, let it clap, and then you would clap twice in front of the camera, clap to the beat. And then as you clap, you pause the video, you obviously get dressed, you get ready, you change your prom dress, and after you're ready, you finish your clap, and then it's the rest of the song. See? That'd be cute. So it'd be like, pop that thing, let it clap, and then there you go. And you don't have to have a specific colored dress. It just works with it. Our second one is Pyramids by Frank Ocean. I love this song. A lot of people know this song. And it's the part in the song where it's like 6-inch heels catch ya. So you take your heels, shoes, probably heels with this instance because it's talking about heels. You would take your heels and your 6-inch heels catch ya. She's headed to the pyramids, okay? She's working at the pyramids. And then you take your heels, right? And you go over the camera, pyramids, before it says tonight, before the beat drop. So, like, it transitions perfectly. So, like, she's working at the pyramids tonight as you swipe over them after you get done. And then it's cute. Like, and it's just the rest of the song. And I just think it'd be cute. And obviously, it would look cute with an orange, if you have, like, an orange tone dress or, like, an orange dress, because the album cover is orange. But it works with any dress, any color dress. It's versatile, okay? All right, our last one, which is actually two songs put together. It's a remix, so make sure you put, it's the E85 by Don Toliver and Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar remix. So you just type in, you go into TikTok, type in on your little search bar, E85 X Swimming Pools remix. You could add like prom transition, whatever, okay? So that makes sure like you get the right snippet and you're not having to go search for it. So the part of the song that would pop up after like you search for it would be the part of E85 where it's like, on the highway with my significant other, okay? And then right after he says that, there's like a second break, maybe like half of a second break, and there's a beat clap that sounds like a clap, and you would swipe your hand right after that beat clap over like your camera, so it'd be like, on the highway with my significant other, right? Like that, okay, is a transition from E85 to swimming pools. And so you would be like in your like matching pajamas or whatever. You'd be like on the highway with my significant other, right? And then my sound effects are on point today, guys. And then it would be just the rest of the song, which would be swimming pools. And it's like the perfect QC little transition for any dress. And I hope that, these give you some ideas. If you're like stumped and you're like, I just need at least one transition, now you got 3 of them, okay? Boot scooting and boogieing away from prom post until next week after prom. We're going to talk about words versus actions. Your words versus your actions. Because your actions speak a lot louder than your words, which is a famous quote. You've probably heard it before. You've probably seen it. You've probably been told it. The quote is obviously your actions speak louder than your words, okay? What does this mean other than the fact than what it says? Well, a little bit of a deeper meaning, which kind of numbs it down, is you could say one thing and like you can mean one thing, but if you actually do what you're meaning and you show it with your actions, it means something way bigger. It shows a lot more than your words, because you could just say something and then be like, okay, yeah, but if you show what you're saying, if you show it in your actions over time, that means a whole lot bigger to that person or somebody or even yourself. And over time, if you do this, it also helps a lot with commitment, okay? So words, the words versus the actions, okay? The words part. Words can be manipulated from you, the person you're telling it to, a group of people, a community, a town, the world, social media, anything. Words anywhere and everywhere can be manipulated. They can be twisted and simply could end up having the wrong tone. You could say something like you mean what you're saying and it comes out in the wrong tone, and then everybody's like, girl, what? Like, I hear you, but do you mean it? Like, okay, like they're like, I kind of need your actions to kind of prove to me that means what you're saying. Okay? So it really just basically your words you could say it without even actually meaning it. So let's use the phrase, you can trust me. Somebody comes up to me and is like, I need to tell you something, but you can't really tell anybody, okay? I say, you can trust me, okay? You say it in that tone, and you tell them, and you're already planning on like, oh, I'm about to go to my best friend. I'm about to go to this group of people. I'm about to go spill this to everybody. I'm about to post this on social media. That's your actions that are speaking louder than your words. Your actions of going and telling other people, of posting it, of spreading the word of what they said after they asked you to keep it a secret, speaks louder than what you just said, because you just told the person that they can trust you. Your actions proved you and them wrong. Okay? All right, now the actions part. Actions physically show that you mean what you're saying, and it helps reassure you, the person you're telling, the group you're telling, social media, like of what you're posting, that you showing over time that is what you mean literally helps reassure the people that like, oh, okay, so she's true, he's true, these people are true about what they mean. And they're going to stick with it, and they're not going to change. And they're not going to let us, like, they're not manipulating their words. Okay? And actions even help, like, reflect the true values of your message, of the tone you're talking in, or of, like, the tone of your actions are being done in. And so it helps have that deeper meaning of your actions speak louder than your words. And so going back to the example of you can trust me, if somebody comes up to me once again and tells me, hey, I need to tell somebody this, but you can't tell anybody, or like, I am telling you this, but you can't tell anybody, and they tell you, y'all talk about it, you don't tell a soul. You don't post about it. You don't go rant about it to anybody. You just keep it to yourself. And that's just a conversation between you and that person. And then if somebody else comes up to you and they do the same thing, and you do the same thing of keeping it to yourself and not posting about it, not going around and talking about it out loud and to other people, over time, that action of keeping that what they said to yourself and keeping your words true, saying you can trust me, and them actually being able to trust you through your actions over time is reassuring to the people, to yourself, to your community, to social media, like stuff like that, knowing that people can come up to you and they can trust you because, oh, this person does not tell a soul, this person does not tell a secret. When they get into something, like, it's cleared up like that without just manipulating words and just starting stuff like that. So that's what that's what it means for your actions to speak louder than your words. And so, like, that's really it. I mean, it means what it is, like what it says, but it's a lot more meaningful once you, like, actually learn that person's actions stick out a lot more than their words, because words are just words. Words can literally mean anything. Somebody could come up to you and ask you to not tell the secret, and you'd be like, oh, you can trust me. But in your mind, it's like, you can trust me, but I'm going to tell somebody else. That's words being manipulated, and they don't even know that. So your actions proving to them, yourself, and the people around you that they can trust you without going around and blabbering it on social media and onto other people and to group chats and stuff like that, proves and reassures that people can in fact trust you, and that actions do speak louder than words. Okay? All right, that's a little life lesson there. Jot that down. Write that down. Okay? We're going to go over to our casual stuff. I'm really excited to talk about this, okay? It is teen driving tips. I found some tips that people have given to me and that I've seen on social media, that they suggest to, like, teens who are starting to drive or, like, wanting to learn how to drive. And I'm going to share them with you because I know as teenagers you're starting to get your learner's permit, you're starting to get your driver's license, you're getting that first car. You're just now learning how to drive. Like, you're getting put out into the real world, and so am I. Yeah. We're going to hope and pray that Friday the 17th, my Instagram note is going to say that I passed my driver's test, because if not, guys, I might just not leave my house ever again, because what do you mean? What? Okay. So, but the first tip that I found was stopping smoothly. I was actually, like, told this tip, and I'm going to tell it to you, so maybe you don't give your passengers whiplash, okay? So, braking smoothly, like easing on the brake, or not like boom, not like slamming on the brake, or like braking like slowly and then like stomping on the brake at the last minute. So braking slowly and smoothly, not super slow, but smooth, helps reduce the jerk of your friend's necks, of your parents' necks who are sitting in the passenger seat and the back seat for when you're stopping. This is also known as the no rock method, okay? I was told about this, and then I ended up seeing on TikTok a few months later that it's called, like, the no rock method. And it's literally where if you're coming to a stop at a stop sign, stoplight, turn, whatever, and you have to stop, and you're stopping smoothly and slowly rather than, like, pressing the brake, or you're pressing the brake and then you're braking. Like, you're going at a smoother speed. It helps, like, not, like, reduces the jerk in the neck that you have whenever, like, you slam on the brakes. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right. We're gonna go to the second tip, okay? Looking where you want to go. Zoe, what? Well, of course, if I'm driving, I'm gonna have to look where I want to go. What do you mean by this? I saw this on TikTok and I thought it was actually really cool, so I popped this in there and I was like, yeah, y'all gots to know about this. Looking where you want to go is an obvious factor if you're going to want to learn how to drive correctly, because if not, then boom, you're in the ditch, boom, you're in the tree. Okay? But this is kind of has the same meaning, but kind of counteracts. It's kind of a different meaning, okay? Is like if you're taking, this is like a turn thing, not just a driving thing. For this instance, it's a turn. Looking where you want to go for a turn, okay? If you're driving and you need to turn and you're just, oh, there's a turn up there. Okay, turn's coming up. I'm turning, I'm straightening up, and I'm driving, okay? Well, maybe that turn was a little bit wide. Maybe that turn was a little bit close to the curb. Maybe that turn was a little bit rocky. Okay, maybe there was something wrong with the turn and you're like, whoa, y'all, we almost didn't make it through the turn. Okay, and now your passengers are like, dude, your car was on 2 wheels. Okay, so looking where you want to go for a turn means that instead of looking right at your turn, look out, like instead of looking down at your hood as you're turning, because I know most people do that. It's naturally how people drive. Looking out into the turn and like through the turn, okay? So that means that like if you're driving, you take a turn, look out towards the turn and turn into it. Because now you're like, Zoe, what in the world are you talking about? Okay? Well, your hands naturally follow wherever your eyes go. Okay? So if I'm looking out into my turn and I'm turning like this, I can see over my hood and through the turn. And I'm following my eyes like this. Your eyes and your hands are now connected as one through the turn, and you're not cutting it too close to the curb. You're not in the other lane. You're not sharply turning, or you're not slowing down. Like, your hands following your eyes as you're going through the turn makes it a lot more smooth, okay? It leads to your smoother turns, and okay, so your friends aren't, dude, you were on 2 wheels. They're like, dang girl, you got that turn, you got that, okay? So my last tip, because I know a lot of people, I know a lot of teens, some adults also drive at night, or drive like after parties, work, sporting events, anything at night, okay, food, whatever. Okay, you drive at night, regardless, say whatever, you have to. Them headlights folks have are pretty freaking bright, because I know my lights are pretty bright, and it's okay. But they also glare on your windshield, and so it makes it 10 times worse, and you can't see the road from oncoming traffic. So you have oncoming traffic, plus at night. That means that they've got them bright beams. They got them bright headlights. Doesn't necessarily mean the brights are on. They could. But they're a lot more brighter at night. And you're like, oh my God, I'm being blinded. I can't see the road. And the next thing you know, you're driving down the shoulder. You're out of the lane. You're about to go into the ditch. All because somebody's headlights were too bright and you can't control that from it glaring onto your windshield. So what you do, which also what I learned to do, I kind of figured this one out myself, and it helps a lot, especially if you have the astigmatism thing. I think that's what it's called, or like your eyes at night. Okay, I'm not an eye doctor. I'm not a scientist. Okay, I'm not Bill Nye. I'm Zoe Palmer. So if you're driving at night, you have oncoming traffic. You're trying to get home. You're trying to get home. You're tired. Okay. Them headlights, bing. You're like, shucks, I can't see the road no more. Well, handy dandy Mike, he decided whenever he's painting the lines, they're white. So that white line is obviously your lane. So if you look and follow the white line, you'll stay in your lane. Boom. So just if like oncoming traffic, perhaps to have bright headlights at night, the white line on the right can help guide you without veering off. Because if you're not directly looking at it, but you're like driving like this, and you're like, okay, making sure like I'm not being blinded. You can obviously see that you can't go into the shoulder without passing the line. Okay, so you just follow that line and you'll be okay. And then once they pass, you're like, okay, we're good. We're not driving in the shoulder. We're not heading towards the ditch. Okay. Okay, that's all I got for you today. I'll see you next week. I really, really hope you enjoyed this, and I'm really excited for next week because we're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about. Like when I get my license, I will have to talk about that. And it'll be freshly after prom. Okay? So there'll be lots of stuff to talk about. And I really, really hope you're excited too. Okay? So, the usual. If you enjoyed this episode, really hope you did. Be sure to check out the other Satsuma Valley Studio shows. Wait. And remember, you do not need a new life by Monday. You, in fact, need a new mindset. Love you.